Hi there YouTube. Okay, I'm back with a new tutorial and this one's another one relating to my NeoPoi props. Okay, so I bought a 3-in-1 staff from them a little while ago and I'm really loving it. It's really cool. Like, it changes from a staff into nunchucks into poi as well. So it's very handy. I like being able to mix it up and I like doing lots of different props, so that's cool. But this is what it's like. It's a little bit shorter than I would normally use. I would normally use 150 centimetre staff, and I think this one's 140, something like that. As you can see, the ends come off and then that turns into poi. You can attach poi handles on, or you can attach it to the other one as nunchucks. But for the staff, it was a little bit too, I don't know what that was, a little bit too light. So for me, I like contact staff. I don't do loads of contact, but I'm learning it and it's something that I enjoy the feel of it a lot more than just spinning. And even for just spinning, actually, I found this one a little bit too light. So yeah, I'd just like something that I can feel a little bit more, has a little bit more weight to it. So what I've done to sort out this problem is to buy some flow mass from Flowtoys. So I think I've ordered a few other bits. I got some of the goat grip tape, which is a super grippy tape that people have on their dragon staffs and stuff like that. So I ordered a bit of that and one or two little things, and the whole thing with the flow mass as well came to about 60 quid. So, you know, if you're going to play with it all the time, it's worth doing, I guess. It's not that much. So I've done one. I've wrapped it with the wrap-on mass kit. I haven't actually tested out how this is going to look when it lights up. I'm hoping that the colour's still going to shine through the silicone. It's pretty thick, so we'll have to see about that in a little while. But anyway, let's keep on going with it. So that's the end that screws in. This is the end that the other flow mass is going to go onto. They do have a really good tutorial on their website. But there's just one or two things that I might be able to help with, because I was a bit stumped on one thing. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay. Right, so we unroll this entire thing, but don't peel the coating off yet. And as you've seen, I would love for this to come up over the end of the staff, because obviously it'll help protect it as well, but because of how these are made here, and I wanted it to sit flush, obviously I wanted it to be neat and not have any air pockets in it, then I've had to set it back slightly to make room for the plastic end cap. Okay, so the flat end goes along the top, and we're just going to keep the flat bit lined up. We need to pull this off as we go, and it really does pick up loads of fluff and hair and stuff like that, so be warned. Obviously try not to get it to touch anything too much. I say that and the other end's dangling on the carpet, nightmare. It's really does attract everything, it's crazy. Try and get this first little bit lined up. This is probably the most fiddly bit. Oh, and getting the band over right at the end that secures everything. That was quite a thing. So I'm smoothing it out, wrapping it around, and then once it's met the other side, just keep going, and I'm pulling it tight, but it doesn't have to be stupidly tight. Trying to line it up. So yeah, we are off to Boomtown this year. So we will be doing some LED performing, and so I wanted to get all the props working properly. I've still got to reprogram my hoop. So that was my fault when I was messing around with the files inside my LED NeoPoi hoop. I thought I understood what I was doing, but it turns out it's not quite as simple as all that. And the different props have different file sizes. I suppose that makes sense now that the rope dart would have smaller pictures than the hoop, but you know what? I didn't know that at the time. So I put all my rope dart pictures in my hoop, trying to get them all the same on everything so I could sync all my props together. And that's kind of messed it up. Let's be polite. Anyway, it should be a relatively easy fix, hopefully. There we go, so that's the first bit. I'm going to have to use a little bit of sellotape here. I actually left the sellotape on last time as well because I found it was impossible to do the next couple of stages without it unravelling. So, just need a little bit of sellotape. That doesn't do any harm and you definitely can't see it, so let me just use my knees there. My teeth, nature's scissors. Okay, so yeah, this adds a lot of weight onto it. I think it's going to feel a lot better. And then we have this little thing here, so they give you this complete kit to wrap it and add weight to your LED props, which is very handy. Do love that they sell the components. You've got to stretch this out. Stretchy, stretchy. Obviously didn't stretch it enough last time, so I don't think it went round as much as it was supposed to. On their video it looked a lot more stretchy. Let's try and do a better job this time. Right, so wrapping the rounded bit, something like that, I think. Right, I have to engage my legs as well. Oh no, it's come off. Ooh. I'm trying to hold this and pull it tight. It's ridiculous. No, it's a half. I think it's worth tying your hair up and wearing short sleeves, not like what I'm doing. if you're going to do this, minimise any fluff that can come into contact with it, seriously. And strong hands to hold this thing together. It's my flow music. It's all sorts. Right. Sellotape, eh? I'll take that piece off. Minimise the sellotape. Tasty. So that's 2 stages, and then we've just got this little thing left to go on it. Okay, so this stuff, rubbing alcohol, I don't know what that was, but anyway, I happened to be in the chemist and I asked them if they had any alcohol wipes, and they were like, it's like, what's that rubbing alcohol? And they said that this surgical spirit is in fact rubbing alcohol. I don't know what I'm going to use the rest of this bottle for. It's got some dubious ingredients that I do not want to use on my body, but it does work pretty well on this, making it super slinky. So then I can fit this little baby over it. Interesting, my dad used to put surgical spirit on me when I was a kid if I grazed my knee or something like that. Anyway, it says on the bottle, because I read all the labels, such nerd, do not use on open wounds, and it's got some very, very dodgy ingredients. Phthalates, how do we say it? That went on a bit easier than the last one. I get five, flesh of my flesh and mind of my mind. No one will survive. But you react in the enemy's eyes, and his image is reflecting mine at the same time. Against I. Wow. it's really heavy now. Oh yeah, this one. Obviously it does dull it a little bit. Oops. Hard to tell in here because it's so bright. Yeah, it diffuses it a little bit. Do you know what? I think that's gonna do. Have a little spin with it. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's much better. I'm scared to do it in here. I've not got much space, but yeah, I think you could probably use that as a contact star for now. Oh yeah, maybe get away with a little halo, there you go. Sweet, okay, I'm really happy with that. Yeah, so pricing, yeah, the flow mask, they're $20 for the flow mask kit, but obviously coming from the US, postage and packaging and stuff like that adds a whole load on. So I think the postage and packaging was about 30 quid. But yeah, it's worth it to transform this staff that was really too light to use, didn't really have much weight or substance to it, to now it feels like it's really got its own flow, you know? Yeah, it feels really nice. Wicked! Thank you, Flowtoys. And then I do love your stuff, NeoPoi. I think there's just a couple of little things that could possibly be improved on, but overall, pretty happy and very good for the price as well. So, yeah, nice. Bye.